Hey, what's up everybody? How are we doing? It's Blood here, and I am just gonna hop right into this. So I am doing 3 different videos on the characters that you'll be able to play in March of Giants. Now, a lot of these are probably going to change over time. We are in closed alpha at the time of this video. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. And for the first video, I'm going to focus on the crowd controllers. And we'll start off here with Strykka. Now, it shows she's a melee tank, so she's punchy, and her passive has an electric current that actually keeps nearby allied buildings a little more protected, granting them an additional shield. So your bastions, your outposts, and your bunkers are definitely going to get a boost from her as she stays by them. And going into her skills, she has the Harpoon Punch, pushing her forward and bringing her to an enemy, being able to stun them, on top of deal some decent damage. Now, her W, the Shockwave Slam, it will end up actually slowing your enemy, and the Electric Blast will actually feed back into your shield. So with her being a tank, you're going to want to end up focusing a good amount on keeping her shield up, and really just more controlling what is going on there. And of course, her E, Survivor Shield, so that generates focused beam, and that can extend protection to an ally or pull it from an enemy. So again, that control you're taking from the enemy, giving it to an ally, and being able, again, work those shield skills that you can find in the War Shell. And then we have Galvanize, her ultimate, and channels electromagnetic forces into a field that will stun and pull enemies inward, then deal damage. So you are grabbing onto your enemy, bringing them into your range, so this way you can give them the hot beatdown. And that is what Strykka's got going on. So again, for her, you'd want to really focus those shield skills and just work into those. And next up we have Kragg. Now with Kragg, another melee tank, and for Kragg, he has the Betrayer's Vigor. It's where he draws strength from his spike, so he gains stacking damage reduction while he's near allied structures. So again, near structures, just like Strykka, but ends up gaining damage reduction as long as he's near them. So if you got some bunkers set up around, then you should be pretty well met when you're using his passive. And his first skill, his Q, it basically barrels them forward, deal damage, force enemies into stunning collisions, so you're able to work the field and take care of enemies. And then you got the Shattered Earth, a liquefying stomp, disrupting the ground underneath enemies' feet. So you're initially making a zone that will, again, some real crowd control here. Then you got Monstrous Presence. The fire of his custom cannons can bring Kragg or an ally healing and protection. So just like Strykka with her E, it's a boon or it's a bane depending on if you're firing at an enemy or you're firing it at one of your own allies. Now, his ult, the Trader's Freedom, it says here, of course, he strikes and stuns nearby enemies, then he rampages with fast attacks, strong attacks, and gaining more resistance. So he's able to really put a beat down there. I would say the strategy for him would really be to, you want to get up his ability usage, maybe cooldown, and his AoE, so this way he's able to have a much bigger area to be able to take care of the enemies. Next up is Blacksmith. Now, Blacksmith, I have already gotten to be able to do play of her, and I'm going to try to do a gameplay video of all of these by the end of the alpha, hopefully, but with me moving. This is going to be, we don't know how it's going to go during this time. But either way, Blacksmith, her passive, we'll just go into it, that she has her basic attacks on buildings or giant actually yield supplies. So she's able to actually build a whole lot more when after attacking, so she's able to gain those supplies to drop more troops and whatnot. Now, her first skill, her Q, Foundry's Fury, deals damage to an area that's slammed by the Searing Crucible, and the zone hits on giants grant stacking damage reduction, so does get a little bit of a buff there. And then Fields of Fire. Now this is a fun skill, because after you drop Fields of Fire, and not only does it ignite enemies over time, but then you can go ahead and hit it with Foundry's Fury, and it just creates a massive explosion of damage. It is amazing. And then going from there, we have Blast Furnace. So it shoots piercing magma, marks a giant or structure, and the marked targets take more damage and can be stunned by Foundry's Fury. So basically, you want to go Blast Furnace, Fields of Fire, Foundry's Fury, like pop, 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 and you'd be able to handle mass damage. And then there's the Warforged Crucible. Deploys an enormous destructible relic that makes allied giants and buildings within it invulnerable to damage. So you are able to just go ham with it. Like, again, she's a tank. A good strategy for her is to possibly build up some bunkers, keep your lane under wraps, so this way you can just mass out these skills here. Next up in crowd control, we got Kraken. Kraken is dirty. Okay, Kraken is nice. So with the Eldritch Ritual, nearby rituals enhancing abilities, unlock additional effects and granting bonuses. And the different rituals would be like the Ritual of Madness. So spawns a ritual performed by cultists. Nearby rituals increase speed, power, and cooldown speed. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. But the reason I'm saying this one first is because these all are going to be playing off of you placing down the rituals. Because you got the Void Spear, launches an explosive orb, deals AoE damage, adds multiple impacts when it's fed by nearby rituals. Then you have the Tentacles Grasp, and look at the range on that grasp. Like, you're able to pull your enemy to you, damage them, gaining slow and piercing effects when you got those rituals nearby. So as long as you've got rituals placed down, you are going to be causing some havoc on the field. And then you have the Eldritch Ascension. Inspires fear, immune to charges, and when you sacrifice rituals, then it extends the duration, which it causes so much chaos on the field. Like, being a ranged supporter, the control is insanity. Next up on the list, we got Brother Light. Now, Brother Light, being in the range, has the passive Faith of the Fighters. So he regains energy whenever his soldiers assault enemy giants. So if you collect up a good amount of soldiers, you keep throwing them out, then you're going to be regaining that energy to be able to keep using your skills. And these skills can be pretty brutal, because we got Warden's Judgment. So it's a healing skill, as well as a damage skill, you know, depends on who you're shooting it at. And it has a stronger effect the more soldiers you have in your flock. And then you have the Holy Conversion. So you use a skill. You get to take your enemy's troops. Like, all your enemy soldiers are gonna be snatched up, and you're able to bless them with invulnerability as well. So it's like a, no, this is mine, and then send it right back at them. And then we have the Bell of Eternity. So the rituals that mark on the ground damages all enemies inside it and stuns any in the center. So with this, you'd want to, basically, you're going to want to get up your AoE range. Like, you want range, you want AoE ability here for Brother Light. And then you have his ult, the Wave of Absolution. He'll send forth the Holy Wave, heals allies, slow enemies, and rallying soldiers will increase this effect. So essentially, you'll be able to be quite an efficient healer and be able to just wipe through the field if you can end up pulling it off properly. And finally, for crowd controllers, we have Goliath. Now, Goliath is broken. I'm saying this straight up now. Goliath is broken. And the reason being, so his Veteran's Might. At regular intervals, experience kicks in, and his basic attack deals additional damage. Rally soldiers reduce time between exceptional hits. That in itself isn't the issue, okay? So, look at Battle Mark. Zeroes in targeted enemies with a shot that deals damage. Plants a battle mark. Marked targets are revealed and take increased damage. That's fine. Here is where it gets bad. War Cry. So, we're actually going to start off from his ult. Okay, his ult, Comrade's Call. He will spawn soldiers around him. Goliath and all allied giants shake off enemy soldiers and cannot be charged. So that stops charge, gives you soldiers. The Goliath Express, he hurls a couple little transits with some troops in it. It deals damage, releases some soldiers. That's fine. War Cry rallies soldiers and heals Goliath and allies and slows enemy soldiers. His build ends up being where he gains so many soldiers. Like, at this time, he gains so many soldiers, and when he sends his soldiers forward in a charge, they grab on to the enemy and they just melt. Like, the enemy melts. Goliath is broken. Like, it says he's a support. He's not really a support. Like, this man is a freaking bulldozer on so many substances. It is insanity. Now, but that is going to be the video for the crowd controllers. So if you like this video, please go ahead, leave a like, subscribe. I would appreciate it. And I hope you all have a great one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!